So when you look at Volpe this year, you're looking at a guy that every Yankees fan thought they were getting when he got called up his rookie year. That's what they thought they were getting. So now you get this guy who's got 8 RBIs in 15 games, 4 doubles in 15 games, 2 home runs in 15 games, 21 hits in 15 games. Now, I don't expect him to hit 380 all year, but maybe he's going to hit above 300. Who knows? When he was he didn't really play a lot in AAA, but when he was with AA, he was really good. He was the number 1 prospect for the Yankees for a reason. So when you see Volpe playing this good, it's got to excite you because he could join Juan Soto and Aaron Judge as an all-star this year. And Aaron Judge will get going. We're going to be talking about that soon. But Soto's off to a great start. Judge, kind of not, but 3-game hitting streak. But Volpe, if he enters the star crew on the Yankees, at least on the offensive side, the Yankees lineup just gets that much better. And that's why the Yankees are 12-4, the best team in baseball right now. It's because they got Volpe and Soto. Even with Judge not performing, they're still the best team in baseball. So that's scary. Now, when Judge does get going, they're going to really take off because their pitching has also been great all year. We're going to be talking about that too. Second best rotation in baseball right now, at least in ERA terms. And pitching is all about not giving up runs. Second best team this year so far at not giving up runs. So Yankees are doing it in all areas right now. And a big part of that is Antony Volpe. Obviously, he's a Gold Glove defender. But if he's hitting like this all year long, and like I said before, don't expect him to hit 380, obviously. I don't think anybody does. But above 300, if he can get another 20-plus home run year, if he can give you 20-plus, 25-plus stolen bases, I mean, that's exactly what this lineup needs. They need a dynamic hitter. And Volpe, if he becomes that dynamic hitter like he's showing he is in the first 15 games, then he's going to be an all-star, and he's going to be right there with Soto and Judge. Now, Soto and Judge, I think Judge is on another level than Soto, and I think Soto's on another level than Volpe. But Volpe, those guys are obviously superstars. If Volpe could just be an all-star, that's exactly what you need. And now Giancarlo Stanton, we're going to be talking about him in a little bit too, but he's also not doing too bad. He's striking out a lot, but still he's providing power. Those are his stats right there. But I still want to stay on Volpe because Stanton was supposed to be the superstar guy. You know, you trade for him after he wins the MVP with the Miami Marlins. But Volpe, I'm not saying he's going to be an MVP, but the Yankees have desperately not just needed another guy for Judge to help out Judge when he's slacking, because right now Soto's picking up his slack, but Volpe also. Now, if you have 2 out of those 3 guys performing at points in the season, Yankees are fine. They're going to remain this best team in baseball. We saw in 2022, the first half of the year, they were amazing. Best team in baseball, right? And then the second half, they kind of died down. But that's because outside of Aaron Judge, they didn't really have anybody to pick up the slack when he was slacking. And he didn't slack in 2022 at all. But they still needed more than just Aaron Judge. That's why you go out there and you get a Juan Soto. But also, now you got a guy like Antony Volpe stepping it up, becoming a factor. The Yankees now have 3 legitimate factors. And Stan and Rizzo, they're not playing too bad. I still want to see a little bit more on the power side out of Rizzo. His batting average is up, but only 1 home run, OPS well low in the 700s. You need him to have an OPS well high in the 700s, low 800s. That's what you want out of Rizzo. Now, him getting on base, that's great, but he's not a speedster. He's not getting to second, you know? But Stanton, you got to like what you've seen out of him because nobody expects him to be the MVP he was with the Marlins anymore. He's aged. Obviously, even Brian Cashman said over the offseason, injury prone. So if he's healthy, that's a plus right there. That's a plus. But at the same time, if he's healthy and he's hitting like he did last year, you don't even want him in the lineup. But right now, what he's doing, he's just hitting power. He's hitting home runs. That's what you want. 4 home runs in 15 games. That's pretty good. That's really good. What's that? Like 8 home runs a month? There you go. Right there. Mathematician right here. But yeah, Stanton, he's provided, and that's exactly what you want out of him. So you're getting you're getting more than what you want out of Volpe. You're getting what you want out of Stanton. You're getting what you want out of Soto. You're not getting what you want out of Judge, and you're still the best team in baseball. So when Judge gets it going, it's going. It's going to get going. But Juan Soto, I mean, it's exactly what you expect. 344 batting average. That's going to dip down as the season goes on, obviously, but he's going to be a guy hitting above 290. He's going to give you 30-plus home runs, and he's going to rake up the RBIs in this lineup at least, especially if Volpe's hitting leadoff consistently. If Volpe's hitting leadoff consistently, and he's putting up – well, one, if he's hitting leadoff consistently, that means he's playing consistent because they're going to move him down in the order if he plays like he does last year. So if Volpe stays in the top of the lineup all year, that's a lot of runs potentially being able to be driven in by Soto and Judge and even Stan and Rizzo. But you're loving what you're seeing out of Soto, but I want to get on Judge for a little bit. Right now, Judge hitting 207, still an OPS over 800, though, which is insane. That's a down number for him, OPS over 800. But he definitely needs to bring that batting average up. I mean, his on base percentage so far is 373, so that's a good sign. At least he's still getting on base. And the batting average will come up. It will come up. He's the best hitter in baseball when he's healthy. He is. I think, like I said before, when you're the best team in baseball and the best hitter on your team is underperforming, I think that's a great sign. That's a great sign. And that's the same thing for the Mets because Lindor is going to get going too. Now, I don't think Lindor is anywhere near Judge. Like I said, I don't think anybody is anywhere near Judge. I think he was forgotten about last year because he got hurt for the majority of the year. I mean, it's like, oh, Tony's the best hitter. Soto's the best hitter. Ronald Acuna is the best hitter. No, it's Aaron Judge. What he did in 2022 proved that. What he did in 2020, his whole entire career, he's been a superstar hitter. He broke the rookie home run record, and then Pete Alonso took it for him because the baseballs were inflated. And that's me as a Mets fan saying that. Alonso hit 53 home runs in his rookie year. Judge hit 52. And 2019 is when Alonso broke that record. Gleyber Torres hit like over 30 home runs that year. Baseballs were inflated that year. I would love to give Alonso his credit, but it's still awesome, him hitting over 50 home runs. But Judge, he broke it before the baseballs were inflated. And then in 2022, he hit 62 home runs. So this guy is and he hit over 300 and had a OPS well over 1,000. He's the best hitter in baseball. Best hitter in baseball when healthy. So when he gets going, the Yankees are really going to get going. And are the Yankees the best team in baseball right now? I think they are because their lineup says so. Their pitching, even without Garrett Cole, has been great. And part of that reason is now Carlos Rodon. If he can do this consistently, his first start sucked. You know, it didn't even suck. His first start wasn't even that bad, but he definitely got beat up a little bit. But in his last start, 6 innings pitched, he did give up 2 runs, but they weren't earned, and 6 Ks. That's exactly what you want out of a guy you gave $160 million to an offseason ago. So if he can be what he was with the Giants for that 2-year period, that's why the Yankees signed him to a 5 or 6-year, $150 million deal. They gave him all that money because they wanted him to be the second ace behind Garrett Cole. And with Garrett Cole out, they need someone to step up. And that guy, yeah, it's Stroman. His first 2 starts did great, you know, and maybe Nestor Cortez, even though he sucked. But Rodon is the guy that they brought in here to be a second ace. And he's pitched like it in his second start. He needs to do that consistently now. So that's what you want out of him. And then Stroman, I mean, his last start, yeah, wasn't that great. But, I mean, what do you expect out of him? You know, you expect him to be a middle of the rotation guy. And so far, he's pitched like a middle of the rotation guy. So you're getting, I think, what you expect out of Stroman. Rodon, you know, you need more. You need more. That last start was great, but it's got to keep going. Nestor Cortez, you kind of got to be worried about a little bit, I think, because he is struggling. He is struggling. He's been giving up a lot of earned runs. His ERA is ballooned. So, and he, you know, he's another guy. I mean, just last night, he gives up 4 earned runs, only 6 strikeouts in 4 innings. That's a good number, actually. But 2 home runs given up, that's not good. You know, and he's a guy who's not a strikeout pitcher. He's not a power pitcher. He's a guy who's going to need the guys to put the ball in play to get outs. I mean, against the Marlins, he dominated. 8 innings, 2 hits allowed, no earned runs. That was great. But other than that, 4 earned runs against Cleveland, 3 earned runs against Arizona, and then against Houston, 4 earned runs. So he's given up over 3 runs in 3 out of his 4 starts. He's got to get going. He's got to get going. But, yeah, overall, though, Yankees are fine. So if Cortez does get going, and if Judge gets going, then this team will really take off because they already got the second best rotation in baseball. Their lineup is showing that they potentially have the best lineup. Like I said before in the offseason, a lot of people were talking about the Los Angeles Dodgers, but do not sleep on this Yankees baseball team. I picked them to win the World Series at the beginning of the year, and I'm still going to take them. So, yeah. And that's me as a Mets fan saying that. I think the Yankees are that good, and I think they have the potential to get even better. And they're already the best team in baseball right now. So, but yeah, like I said, we talked about Antony Volpe a little bit earlier, and he's kind of entering that conversation as a top shortstop in baseball.